Hello everyone! Today we're going to be looking at a few amazing mods for Stardew Valley. But before we get started, could you hit that subscribe button to check and make sure you're still subscribed to me if you were subscribed to me before. Anyways, let's get started. Now, what many of you have probably already noticed is perhaps the most amazing mod of all. I now have a bear I can ride. It acts in exactly the same way the horse would, but it is in fact a bear. I'm not sure why I enjoy this mod so much, but it is the favorite of all the horse mods that I've tried, and it's probably the one I'm going to stick with. Okay, I've got two other mods I'm going to show you. They are some of the most popular mods on Nexus Mods, and they're both very easy to use and install, which is why I like them so much. Some mods actually take a considerable amount of work to use. These ones do not. They're simple, snappy mods you basically drag and drop. So the first mod is called Look Up Anything, and that basically means if you put your cursor over something and press F1, it will tell you everything you need to know about this. This is a cake. You can place a fruit or vegetable in here. Eventually, it will turn into a beverage. It also tells you how many you own. I own 48 of these. And we can do this over pretty much anything. For example, a simple sprinkler, iridium sprinkler, waters the 24 adjacent spaces every morning, sells for 1,000 gold. I own 1,028 of these. Very handy to know all this information at times. It will tell you about the animals. This is Misu. He's a blue chicken. Happiness 0%. Misu looks grumpy. Wasn't fed yesterday. Has been petted today. Sells for 240 gold. Not a very happy chicken, but pretty useful information. And let's take a look at a truffle now. A gourmet type of mushroom with a unique taste. Sells for, it gives you the breakdown of the different quality values. Shows you where you can sell them along with a shipping box directly to Pierre. And it even tells you who likes these, who loves these. Leah loves truffles. And also, what recipes are used in. You can use truffles to make truffle oil. Needs one, tells you how many I own. So this mod is really great because it just tells you everything you need to know about whatever you want to know. This would have helped my other challenges and just other stupid ideas I've had. Instead of switching back and forth to the wiki or asking people, I could just click on the items and it would tell me everything I needed to know. I've just confirmed it does not tell you about giant melons. It doesn't want anything to do with those big things, so clearly they need to update it if they ever will, or you just have to click on regular melons. I can even click on myself. Mumps, player, male, farm name puppy. Tells you your skills, even tells you the luck today. And where this mod is perhaps the most helpful is dealing with the NPCs. Here we have Harvey, not the most exciting of characters, but we can find out everything we want to know about him simply by pressing F1. So right away it tells me his birthday, if I can romance him or not. The friendship points we're currently at is 0. I haven't talked to him today, haven't given him a gift today. No gifts this week. Tells you the gifts he loves, tells you the gifts he likes, even tells me which ones I have in my possession. So this one obviously makes making friends with the villagers very, very easy, almost takes all the work out of it entirely. And it can also tell me about my enemies, and I'm not talking about the townsfolk, I'm talking about the slimes. Here we have a green slime. It tells me its health, 4%, 1 out of 24, tells me what it has a chance to drop, which is good in case you're looking for items. The dwarf scrolls especially can be hard to find. Also tells me the experience you get from killing them, their defense, their attack, and the adventure guild quest. One idea I have regarding this mod is to complete a challenge with no mods and then complete a challenge with this mod to emphasize how useful it really is and how much easier and quicker I can get things done. The next mod I'm going to look at is called Automate, and that's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. All you need to do is place a chest near an item. So as soon as I did that, it drew the item out of the tapper into the chest for me. And that's simply what this mod does. It takes resources from the surrounding area, puts them into the chest. It can also place items from in the chest into machines to refine them further if it's available to them. So with this mod, I could just set up a whole giant automated farm that would do everything automatically, and I could just come and check the chests every month or so, collect all the goods and sell it for a monthly profit and switch the crops or animals for the next season. Now with this mod, you can do some pretty cool setups. For example, here I have 3 crab pots in the water, along with a chest, a worm bin, and a recycling machine. So this is a fully functioning, fully automated setup that I can leave completely alone and it will continue to do its thing. It is completely automated because the worm bin continually produces bait, which puts it into the chest, and the chest then distributes them into the crab pots. The crab pots then catch the fish or whatever they want to catch, at which point they go back in the chest. And if there's any garbage caught, it immediately goes into the recycling machine, gets turned into something useful, and then back into the chest. I'm going to add a few more recycling machines to this setup because I feel like I'm going to catch a lot of junk. Now I'm going to go set up a few more things and let's see how it all works. Now, I've taken a Junimo hut, surrounded it by seeds. These will all turn into full-grown cauliflower in 12 days. Next to that is its automated chest, so once the Junimos harvest all their stuff, the chest will take it into itself and then distribute it into the kegs, which will turn it all into juice automatically. So we'll come back to this in 12, 13, 14 days and see what's going on with it. These automated chests are also definitely great for crystallariums as well, because they'll simply collect them continually and you don't have to be there, and they'll collect them as soon as they're done for maximum efficiency. And in my greenhouse, I've got a bunch of fruit trees, so I'm going to place the chests all around the fruit trees and they'll continually produce fruit all year round and go straight into the chests. I just realized I can also add kegs beside the chest and they're already running, so the chest took the fruit out of the tree, put it into the keg, so very shortly I'll have a new product to sell. Now for my bee houses, I've simply put chests beside those because they will take the honey out of the bee houses and then put them into the keg to make mead. I've also planted a single spring flower right here to affect the honey, at least for the upper bee houses, to make different kinds of mead. So that's another automated process. I can just ignore that for a month and it will make me money. So with animals, things get a little bit less automated. The chest will still put items into like mayonnaise makers and looms, but you do have to manually pick them up off the ground first. But if I was to pick all this up and put it in the chest, it would completely automate everything from that point onwards. So that's done. I've collected everything, thrown it in the chest, and as you can see, everything started working. So I'm going to leave that to work for the rest of the month and come back to it at the end. The truffles I'm not really going to worry about because there's no point in automating them, simply because truffles turn into truffle oil, and iridium quality truffles are actually worth more than truffle oil is, so no point. So these chests do work for many other things that I haven't emphasized here. They work for casks, charcoal kilns, cheese presses, furnaces, lightning rods, pretty much anything that you can place stuff into. So these chests will work beside anything that produces a product or when you have to put a product into. There's a lot of things I didn't cover here, but you get the idea. Normally I would put some beside the lightning rods. I would probably remove a bunch of lightning rods first though. I don't necessarily need 20 of them. If I have a chest pulling one out as soon as it's done, I would leave 7 or 8 around a single chest. Okay, well it's time for the waiting game. It is the 4th today. I'm going to wait till the end of the month and see what all of my chests have produced for me. Alright, here we are in the last day of the month, so let's wander around and collect everything and see what we got. These kegs are still going, obviously. That's not the end of the world, but we got 12 cauliflower juice and a whole bunch of cauliflower that I had to do no work to get. This chest managed to power through all its ingredients, so we're going to see what we're left with, aside from that one egg. So we have a rabbit's foot that was always there, 21 duck mayonnaise, 20 cloth, and 23 regular mayonnaise. And now the bee houses. There's 8 mead, and another 8, and I assume that's going to be a recurring number. Yeah, I forgot again, the flowers actually have no effect if it gets all the way to mead. It doesn't make a difference, so don't bother with the flowers if you're making mead. Let's move on to the greenhouse. The kegs are all still going, that's a good sign. That means these are running efficiently. 5 apricot wines and 22 apricots. And similar numbers for the rest of the trees, just different kinds depending on what kind of trees they are. Let's move on to our fishing stuff. Well, there's nothing currently in the recycling machines, but I think they work pretty fast. So here's the haul of what we got from fishing. 16 snails, 6 coal, 14 crayfish, 18 periwinkle, 12 refined quartz, and some other assorted junk that's not even worth mentioning. Except for maybe the torches, I did get 18 of those. But I am definitely a fan of these automated systems where they're completely self-sufficient. They just continually produce me stuff, so if I was to sit there and wait another 100 years, they would produce me mass amounts of money and I don't have to do anything except collect it and sell it once in a while. Because by the end of the game, you're pretty tired of planting and collecting things and doing it all manually, so maybe in a later update to this game, they will have automated things right in it instead of having to mod. Anyways, let's see what this month of half-assed effort with the automated system gets me. Gonna throw everything in the bin and we'll see what it's worth overnight. I don't think it's gonna be crazy valuable, but considering the effort I put in, it's gonna be well worth it. So the total is 121,000 gold. That's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I'll do a quick breakdown of all the prices here, or at least scroll through it. You can pause and look if you'd like, because I'm not going to spell it all out for you again. The fishing, not hugely valuable, but like I said, that's completely automated, so if it's whatever, 3,500 gold a month, well, just do that for 10-20 years and you'll get your money's worth. If there's any other mods out there you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below. There's still a ton of mods out there, and a ton of which I've never even heard of, so let me know about any cool ones. I'll make some videos on them. And also games. If there's any games out there that anyone can think of that they'd like to see me play, throw those in the comments too. Or on Twitter. I have Twitter and Discord as well. I'm often on there. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me these days. I've got lots of other games I want to play that are in the works, and I'm going to have a little more time in the coming weeks to try a whole bunch, so the more options I have, the better. And I am especially interested in games that are coming out soon in the next few weeks. I always like to play games that no one's really played before, that way I get a fresh audience and a fresh look at the game before anyone's ever explored it. Anyways, other than that, hope you like this one, thanks for watching.